Hello, everybody. This is Nick Fitzgerald, the Superintendent of Schools at the Canajoharie Central School District. As we quickly approach a very important next step to our possible merger, Lauren Chrisman, the Superintendent of Fort Plain, and I looked through all of the notes, comments, and concerns over the past year with regard to the three thought exchanges that were sent out to our community, the faculty, staff, and community forums that we've held, advisory committees, and student and community focus groups, and gathered common threads that keep coming up over and over. And what we wanted to do is focus on those areas to make sure people have the correct information to make a sound decision when voting on the possible merger. So we created 4 videos, which you'll see over the next coming couple days or weeks. And they'll be focusing on building usage and district configuration, jobs, finances, and enrollment and class sizes, which this video will focus on. Again, we want to make sure everyone has the correct information they need to make whatever decision they would like to make when they vote. First, let's consider why we're going to merge. First, ensure our students have the best opportunities possible. And this is by far the number one reason. Yes, we have great school districts, great faculty and staff, but we want to create the best district for our students. As the world moves at such a quick and fast pace today, we want to make sure our students are staying ahead of the game with programs, courses, offerings, and opportunities that we may not be able to offer as time moves on with districts separate as opposed to merged. Second, we want to secure financial resources for that program advancement as opposed to staying status quo, and district solvency. And finally, recruit highly qualified faculty staff to support our students. As time moves on and people retire and move on, we have to think strategically in how we're going to recruit the best teachers and staff in the area. And the main reason and the main way you can do that is to build the best district around to say people want to come here and work and stay here. And we can do that with the merger. Enrollment. This is the focus of the video. There's a lot of information going on out there and a lot of people talking and not really, I don't think, understanding the full complexity of what enrollment projections are and what that can do for both school districts. So I want to point your attention to a couple things. If you look at the totals for the kindergarten, first, and second grade areas, we are averaging about 95 to 96 students. So what's happening is our enrollment is steadily dropping to a level of where Canajoharie was just as a separate school district in the early 2000s when this high school was built. Some other areas to focus on. Take a look at Fort Plains enrollment, kindergarten through sixth grade. I think you're seeing a common thread there. 40s, 41s, 49, 43. That's all the students not necessarily enrolled in the school. Some may be outplaced. Some may be going to other programs. So you can start to slowly see what's happening in terms of total enrollment. And the problem with that is offering the best programs possible as time goes on with the faculty and staff and the finances in order to do that. Combined, you can see where we would be. Again, about the size of what Canajoharie was in the early 2000s. This allows us to make sure we can keep certain staff, programming, elective courses intact now and in the future. In addition to that, we can still keep our small school feeling of small class sizes. I can't say that class sizes will be 4 for an elective course anymore. They may be 6 or 8, or a math class may not be 12, it may be 16. But we can make sure through contractual obligations and other ideas that we keep class sizes to a minimum number moving forward. So as you can see with the projected enrollment, if we stay separate, you can see what it will eventually happen in terms of certain grade levels, high school, middle school areas. And if we merge, you can see we can still offer the programming that we anticipate for our students in the future. So what happens next? Community forums will be held through January and February, which we're doing now. On March 6th, all residents will have an option to participate in a straw vote. The purpose of that straw vote is to determine if the joint community support to proceed with the merger. If that straw vote passes, then we need signatures for two petitions. One, to formally ask the commissioner to set a date for a binding vote, and two, to formally request two polling sites, one in each district. On around April 24th, there will be a binding vote as long as the Commissioner of Education takes our recommendation. The vote will determine the fate of the districts or remain independent or merge. During that vote, you will vote yes or no on the merger, how many Board of Education seats for the new district, 5, 7, or 9, and how long those terms for the Board of Education will be. If the binding vote passes, residents will then be asked to vote again to determine the structure of the Board of Education. If all passes, we're looking at a July 2026 start date for the newly merged district. This allows us to have about 12 to 15 months to plan the new district as opposed to just rolling into it in a couple months. I want to thank everybody for listening to the video, and please reach out to me or Superintendent Lauren Chrisman with any questions, ideas, or concerns as we move forward. Again, we want nothing but the best for our students now and in the future, and we want to make sure everyone has the correct information to make an informed decision moving forward. Take care.